Hey, I need you to go on TikTok and see if you can message me, and I'm going to try to see your messages on my research. I'm live streaming, but I see messages, and I kind of recommend that. Like, When you join, try to put something in the comments so I can see if my restream is working properly. When you join, put something in the comments so I can see if my restream is working properly. Hey, Michael, can you hear me talking? Here we go. Let's turn down on that. Awesome. Can you see the picture clear enough? Hey. Awesome. Well, welcome to Intuitive Art. You're my only guest right now. Yay for fans. Pretty sure you're my biggest fan, bro. Michael's won the best fan award. While you're in there, hit like a bunch of times so that it will put it out in the algorithm, because I think that's the big like distribute part like button.
Another pack just touched down, but wait till you guys.
Does it give you the option to hit like a heart, hit the heart on your phone? No. Does it give you the option to share it? Hold up, let me explore this heart thing. Yeah, there's like a heart button. When you hit it like a truckload of times, it'll put it out in the algorithm. But at least the chat's working, bro. I'm stoked, man. I don't know if anybody's on. I don't think I have anybody watching on YouTube, but or you know. Hey, everybody on Clapper, what's up? We're doing art today, artwork. All right. I wish there was a way to do like a two-way far away. They probably just don't know how to do it. Let's explore our musical. Hey everybody, welcome to Intuitive Art. I'm just sitting here working on some artwork today. Let's see if I can get this thing. That's too heavy. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work on my phone. All right. Yeah, this is it. This is not working. Good gravy. I don't like the fact that it's just tilted back. And that's not heavy enough to hold it. Okay. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I've been trying to figure this camera thing out. Hey, Mary Jane. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for test driving looks like a flower in a green yellow flower. Yeah, it's technically like a sunflower. But it's like the picture from last week. I'm going to finish it, but I've got the camera pointed at the actual canvas. Hopefully it won't fall over. Struggling to get all the cameras pointed at the canvas. I need better equipment. But thanks for helping out, Mike. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Miss Mary Jane. Yeah. It wouldn't be a bad idea to share the live, because I don't think it's notifying people that I'm live because I'm using Restream. You know, I'm using like a streaming service, so it's not like, you know. Hey, everybody. I can't handle 5 cameras in my face. Like, that's working my nerve. Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to get this camera to look right is like a fight. Straight up. I'm about to hang it from this cactus. There's like a cactus looking thing. I'm about to hang this thing from the cactus. Now I wonder if it'll... All right, maybe it'll let you guys see it from this angle. There you go. You kind of sort of see it. There we go. There we go. Now we're ready to paint. Good gravy. Thank you, Miss Mary Jane. I appreciate you sharing it to like 20 people. That's awesome. You're the best. You the best. All right. Hey, everybody in Clapperland. So I'm streaming on multiple platforms, so if you hear me talking to people that's not in the chat, y'all know what's happening. Awesome. All right, let's get our paint on, shall we? I wonder if I can actually add my music to it. There we go. There we go. The elevator music. I'm afraid to play anything other than the elevator music. Is it working? You're playing radio, but like I can play radio. I can try playing radio music, but I'm glad you're enjoying the elevator. Just let me know if the elevator music is like working your nerve, and I'll turn it off. Let's see if we can get. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Honest to God, I mean, I'm gonna need much better equipment to be able to do the Bob Ross setup. I've seen people on here doing it. Um, I'm sure he had like thousands of dollars in damn camera setups and shit that he was able to work with that I'm unfortunately not able to do right now. Now I will be going to I don't have Radio Shacks anymore. I'm dating myself, but like a Best Buy or something, and see if we can come up with a better setup for the. I've got a couple of cameras. I just don't have any way to set them up. That's good, Cowboy. I'm glad you're doing good. So I'm streaming on multiple platforms. So if you see me talking to somebody that's not in the chat, it's another platform that I'm streaming on. So, but welcome everybody. We're doing intuitive art. Yeah, like that's a specific kind of camera setup. Like you've got to have some serious equipment to do that. And I've seen people do it. Like I've done it with like church stuff, how they do multiple cameras and stuff like that. Like I've seen it set up like that before, but I don't have the equipment to do that, to do multiple cameras. I've seen people do it, but I don't have the technical know-how to do that. So if anybody knows how to, hey everybody. So if everybody knows how to do that, let me know if anybody actually has a clue on how to set up multiple camera shots like that. Yeah, I like Bob Ross. Oh my God. So Cowboy, you want to moderate on this thing? Yeah. Yeah, I like Bob Ross. Man, I used to watch his show on PBS like religiously, man. Like the Bob Ross was the shit. He was the GOAT, man. Dude had it going on. So I'll try to use some orange. I'll put some purple in there. Oh. Some blue. Well, let's put some turquoise in there just for kicks, man. Here's red. This is what I was looking for, was just straight up red. 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 So I'm going to put some red on here. Let me know where you're from, everybody. But yeah, don't let me know if the music irritates y'all. I can change it. But I'm kind of feeling a little weird today. My grandmother passed away last night, apparently. And I just found out like an hour before the live. And so if I'm a little low energy, you know why, you know. Yeah, I mean, it was like, damn, it was kind of a kick in the teeth today. I didn't actually go to church today because I was just so tired and drained and knew I would be on here doing this later, so I just elected to stay home and just got off the phone with my brother, and she apparently passed away last night, really, you know, or real early Saturday morning. She transitioned. But now, for the record, she was almost 100 years old. So there's that. She lived a long life, and, you know, she loved her family, and she loved my artwork, and we'll dedicate this picture to Memo. You know, because she's got a big picture of one of my flowers on her refrigerator when I was like in grade school, and, you know, she was all about some art. So we'll just have fun and remember our family, you know. Yeah. But no, I decided to point the camera angle down a little bit. That way you guys can actually see what I'm doing with the art. Because all you could see last week was me. Yes, that's a good idea, Michael. So March 1st, 2025, Lucy Barton transitioned. She was 99 years old, I think. Like, she was really, like, she lived a long life. And, you know, honestly, you know, she's done her bid for king and country, you know what I mean? Like, you live 100 years old, like, that's, you know, a lot of people don't live that long, so. You know. But yeah, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'm glad we figured out how to get this chat working, though. Like, we like to never figured that out last week, though. Michael's been my techno man. Like, kind of helped me figure out the technos of this stuff. Like, we got everything restreamed. We just couldn't figure out how to work the chat. We were like, how do we comment? But yeah, I'm actually streaming on YouTube and TikTok and Clapper all at the same time. So, if you want to go to my link tree in the bio, it's, it wouldn't be a bad idea to follow me on YouTube as well, just in case, something goes down on TikTok. You've actually got access to me on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue to say that, go to it's in the bio and, check out my YouTube and subscribe. That way you guys have access to me if, one of the platforms go down. That one usually stays up. So I never have any problems out of YouTube trying to do this. So I do have problems out of everything else, though. But yeah, I was like, dang, I wish somebody would have told me sooner that my mama passed away last night. Like, it was a little drastic. But, she lived a long life, man. Like, it was time, She was almost 100 years old, But yeah, we're going to be doing a Zoom a little bit later. We're going to stream for maybe, I'm going to say about another 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to transition over to my Zoom room. So if you don't have Zoom downloaded, you need to do that. And, we'll talk about metaphysics. We've been doing meditation on how to clear our minds so that we can hear our spirit guides and our spirit team and release trauma. So today is actually part 3 of that. We've been doing that for about 3 weeks, and today we're going to be actually releasing trauma and doing the healing meditation, which is probably my favorite one. So definitely tune in, download Zoom, and in about an hour we're going to transition to my Zoom room. The link is in my link tree in the bio. If you wonder where my Zoom room is at, it'll take you to my landing page, and it'll take you to my waiting room. It won't let you join but like 15 minutes before the, like it'll let you join the meeting, but I've got to actually open a Zoom room. So but yeah, we're going to be doing a Zoom class in about an hour. And if you haven't downloaded Zoom, you need to do that. And then what'll happen is I'm getting ready to open my Zoom room in case people decide to start trickling into Zoom. So we can do the Zoom class there. Now, what I'm doing is a technique called layering. And you layer the paint. So what you do to get it to look multi-dimensional, you're going to want to put like the darker colors and then layer, you're going to want to layer the paint. So you have to, put a little bit down and then let it dry for a minute, and then put a little bit more paint down and then let it dry for a minute. Welcome, Miss Callie. I seen you enter the live just a second ago. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Mary Jane. Welcome, Lil Callie. Some more of my top viewers. Hey. Hey, everybody that's joined. We're doing intuitive art, and then in about an hour, we're going to transition to my Zoom class. So if you haven't downloaded Zoom, you need to do that. And then my Zoom room is actually in my link tree in the bio. So I'm going to go ahead and open my Zoom in case people are like, yeah, let's do it. You know, it's just going to be an open Zoom room. So let's see, where's Zoom at here? Yeah, so the meeting, the intuitive art meeting starts at 5. I'm going to go ahead and I guess about 4:30 I'm going to turn the Zoom on. But yeah, if I seem a little low energy, I found out that my grandmother had Saturday morning. Apparently nobody told me until like an hour before the live. You know. But yeah, we're doing some intuitive art, and I'm doing a technique called layering, like for the actual artistic part. People try to get their pictures to look three-dimensional, but you know, you actually have to work with your colors. So, you know, I'm layering the colors, right? So when this dries for a minute, then I'm going to go ahead and put like yellow on top of it. I'll stand the picture up a little bit so you can see it. You know, I'm going to layer it, and you know, as the canvas dries, the red will stick out a little bit more here. Just put some streaks of red in there. I'm going to add red because my grandmother had red hair, and I'm going to dedicate this picture to her since she transitioned yesterday, March 1st, 2025. She lived almost 100 years old, and she loved sunflowers, actually. Yeah. Yeah. But welcome everybody that's joining in. We're doing intuitive art, and you know, in about 4:30 to 5 o'clock, I'll turn on my Zoom room, and we will transition to the metaphysical part of the class, where I actually transition this over to Zoom, and I teach you guys. Right now, we're working on meditation techniques to release trauma, and we're on part 3. So parts 1 and 2. We talked about learning how to do deep breathing and learning how to, you know, clear your mind of clutter so that you can actually hear your spirit squad. So I was actually, you know, because my grandmother transitioned yesterday, so I'm a little bit hyperactive in that department. But, you know, you can see your loved ones in dreams and stuff. And I knew it was going to be time. You know, I knew it was going to be soon that she transitioned, because she's was almost 100 years old, but she kept showing up in my dreams, you know. And when you have loved ones like that are still living, but you know that they're, you know, maybe they're battling something, or you know, they've indicated, okay, I think I'm going to transition. If they've actually said that, and then you start seeing them in dreams, then that could be an indicator that they really are getting ready to transition. You know, she was also very intuitive, so, you know, she was activating that part of her brain, and I was able to interact with her in quite a few dreams and was able to actually share that with her. She wondered why I was paying her a visit, and I said, I feel like God told me to pay you a visit. And she's like, well, that's something I've been praying about before I transition. She's like, before I pass over, I wanted to see everybody again. And I was like, well, I got the memo. So if you know how to communicate with your spirit squad, you don't miss opportunities like that. And that's what we talk about in the Zoom class is, okay, how do I communicate with my spirit squad? How do I listen to that part? How do I shut that part of my brain on? How do I turn it on so that I'm not missing opportunities to talk to my loved ones and my spirit team and my angels and guides and, God, the creator, whatever floats your boat there. You've got a whole squad of, helpers on the other side, like helping you whether you realize it or not, and that's what we talk about is, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in learning how to develop your intuition and learning to talk to your spirit squad and learning to turn that part of your brain on, we've actually started the basic meditation techniques to do that in my Zoom class. So I live stream here for about 2 hours to give everybody a chance to kind of get into the flow. And then I actually transition it over to my Zoom room, which is in the link tree in my bio. The Zoom room is in my link tree. And we're going to do that around 5 o'clock, which is in about 40 minutes, whatever time zone you're in about 40 minutes. I'm going to turn this Zoom room on, and you guys can slowly start to transition over to Zoom, and we will finish, part 3 of the meditation I've been teaching the classes, how to release trauma. And it's been fire. Like this week is going to be fire, because this one's the one everybody wants to know how to heal and how to do the energy work. And this is like the basic meditation to learn how to do that. So we'll go through parts 1 and 2 again, and I may just start talking about it just because, we got a lot of people joining that was never in class 1 and 2, so they may not know what's happening. So it's kind of like we're building knowledge, and you miss a class, you kind of miss a chunk of knowledge you might need, right? So if you're wanting to learn how to, slow your brain down to where you can actually communicate with your spirit squad, that's what we're actually getting ready to go over in about 40 minutes in my Zoom room. So it's in my link tree, that's in my bio, and that's where my Zoom room and my YouTube is there too. Check it out anyway, because follow me on YouTube as well, because you never know, when one of these goes down, you might need to know where my other platforms are at, right? So there's that. You can yell in here. Look at it. Looks a little crazy. We need a brighter color yellow, don't we? Gold. Gold. Yeah, so last week we talked about, we talked about how to, I taught the class of meditation on how to kind of slow your brain down a little bit so that you can actually hear your spirit squad talking to you, because you miss that. You miss a lot, right? You maybe get messages and not know that your spirit squad's trying to communicate, but because you kind of dismiss it as radio static in your brain, maybe you're missing out on something there. Like I was saying, my grandmother transitioned yesterday, apparently, and I just found out like an hour before the live. So if I'm a little weird energy, you know what's happening there. But I knew that she was going to transition. How did I know that? Well, because I've learned to tune into my spirit squad, right? I've learned how to develop that intuition. I've learned how to meditate. Now that was a process. I did not just roll out of the gate knowing how to meditate and, knowing how to do intuition. And I did not start out with that skill set. That's definitely something that I've had to, develop over the years. But this technique that I'm doing on the canvas right now is called layering. Let me.
For whoever.
I don't know if Miss Callie's watching, but I think you've got a troll messaging people with your picture on here. Just an FYI. I just got a message from you, and I know you're in here painting with us, so it's FYI there. I can report that page if you want me to. I'm pretty sure you got a troll in there messaging people pretending to be you, And just for the record, I don't message people and troll them for money. I don't do that. I don't message them, to give them a reading. I do offer energy healing services, but you've got to reach out to me. You've got to schedule some time on my calendar. I've got my calendar set up on my Linktree, and that's something that you have to reach out to me. That's not something that I'm going to reach out to you for, right? But I do energy healing services and teaching people the detailed class on how to meditate, and people that are really want to learn and want to schedule some time with me. I've got my calendar set up on my Linktree and my bio to do that. It tells you what times I'm available, but you're not going to see me trolling TikTok like looking for readouts and money and stuff. Like, you got to come to me for that, right? Because I've got a day job that I work. I don't necessarily, this is something a dream I've been trying to develop for years, but the reality is I've got another job that I work that pays my bills. So I'm not sitting here, trolling people for money and stuff. That we're live streaming, and I may reach out to you and let you know the Zoom room link. Well, Mike, I mean, at some point you're going to be down here in Tennessee. You can just come up, we can meet up and you can figure out what picture you want. Now, I do sell these. Like, I'm actually going to be adding like crystals to this picture, right? So this is definitely nowhere near finished. I am going to start super gluing or hot glue gunning, like color crystals. They're going to be authentic crystals. It's not, they're going to be crystal chips, like something that'll fit my can. But that's, the price area on this up, like, negotiate a price on that. But, if you're interested in buying a picture, I can show you what I've got painted already, and I do ship. But, I know you're going to be traveling down here to Tennessee soon anyway, bro. So, for you, it's just a matter of us meeting doing a meet and greet and figuring out what picture you want. Because I've got a couple of koi fish painted. That's a really pretty picture. I've got like the tree of life already painted that's got gold inside the picture. I've got gold flakes inside of that picture. So I've got like, some finished pictures already. I'm going to change the music here. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I will actually post that on here for everybody to see it. I've actually posted the one I've got, and then the tree of life. I'll have to retake those pictures because I had an art page set up on Facebook, and then when my Facebook went down, I lost a lot of my pictures that I had uploaded. So some of those paintings I've actually sold them and don't have them anymore, but that one I still have, and I will take a picture and actually post it on here because I'm sure there's more than one person wants to see, the rest of my artwork and what that looks like, So I don't know if this picture will actually look glittery, but it says this is glitter paint, but I got this from that paint set from Five and Below, so I don't know what I don't know what the paint's going to end up looking like, But yeah, so in about 30 minutes, we're going to transition over to Zoom, and we're going to be teaching. I do metaphysics class in Zoom, and that's in the link tree in my bio. So if you don't have Zoom, you really need to download that so you can participate. I don't charge anything for the Zoom class. If you want the more advanced services, that's a consultation with me, and I've got my Calendly set up in my link tree for people that actually want to do a consultation for energy healing, and you want the advanced version of what I'm teaching. I do teach, I do private lessons and stuff, which would be a negotiable fee there. But, I don't get scammed. I work a day job, and you're never going to see me on here trolling people for readouts and stuff. I don't reach out to people and be like, well, let me do an energy healing for you. Like, I'm sitting there working 2 jobs and I'm balls to the wall busy. So I don't do that. I don't have time. You got to reach out to me and schedule some time on my calendar. That's how busy I am. So I'm doing this because I got a prompt from my spirit team. I've been studying metaphysics and, various forms for decades here at this point. And, my spirit squad was like, you should just start sharing that with people. And here I am, and I just decided to go ahead and do that, because I love art and I love metaphysics, and why can't we just put the 2 topics together? Now, why do I have a Zoom room instead of just doing it on here? Well, because, this app is censored. It's not the same. It's not the same app that it used to be, right? I don't want to censor some topics. I want you guys to actually learn the topic. And I can be 100% candid in a Zoom room, whereas, on here, I've got to censor what I say sometimes, right? I don't like having to do that. I like to meet people on here and connect, but at the same time, some of the spicier topics people that want to learn, like, you're not able to do that on here as much as you want to anymore, I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's definitely been a shift, So, but yeah, I'm going to post some pictures of my other artwork. That way you guys get to see, what the other artwork looks like. And, if you want to buy a picture, let me know, schedule some time with me in the calendar and we can talk about that. And, or if you want energy healing, I offer that too. But now I'm doing the Zoom class. That's free. I'm not charging for the Zoom class because, the knowledge you know, I've got so much head knowledge. My spirit guides are like, just put it out there, like just go ahead and just start teaching folks. I'm like, well, who wants to hear what I've got to say? But, I'm not famous. I'm not anything like that, but I do have a lot of head knowledge about metaphysics and how the spirit world works. And, I'm just sharing that with people. And if you want the detailed class, that's going to be on Zoom in about 30 minutes. So go ahead and get Zoom downloaded. And my Zoom room is in the link tree in my bio. I'm getting ready to turn the Zoom room on for people who want to start to, head over to Zoom. So, where's everybody joining from? Let me know where you're joining from today. I'm in Bristol, Tennessee. North Carolina. All right, North Carolina in the house there, Mike. How's the weather down there today? Like, today was an absolutely beautiful day. It was gorgeous. A little bit chilly, but beautiful outside. Oh, thank you. That's sweet, buddy. The dogs have been going berserk all day. Like, I don't know what in the hell they're barking at, but they're finally chilled out and sleeping or whatever they're doing in there. Like, it's been full tilt boogie with the dogs all day. And then I wasn't expecting to hear that about my grandmother today. I mean, I'm like, damn, what a weird time to transition. But, for the record, she was almost 100 years old and she's lived a good long life. And I'm just going to dedicate this picture to her because she loves sunflowers and she had a bunch of them in her yard as a kid. That's something I would see on her farm a lot. And, she was just a bright soul. So I'm going to just dedicate this to her. But I'm actually going to be adding some crystals to this picture as soon as I can get that shipment in. This is going to take me a bit to finish this picture, right? So artwork is not a fast paced. I am not able to do it fast paced. I've seen people in here that can, but I'm not one of those. So, I can't just, whip it out of my rear like some people can. I like to take my time and make sure the picture looks good, But yeah, here's what it's looking like so far. Yep. I mean, it's therapeutic. I love art. You can really just chill out and sit and talk and, it's very therapeutic. So when you're layering like a color like gold, so this is Art 101. When you have a color like, you want gold to stand out on the canvas. Like, if you'll notice, the gold paint by itself does not stand out bright enough. But if I put a burnt yellow with it, look at there. Now the gold is standing out, right? That's a technique I like to call layering. I can layer the colors here and get them looking where I want them to, right? But I guess I need to get more yellow. I'm about out of yellow paint. Then you're going to add a brighter color. Like, I'm going to add a few streaks of yellow. And boom, now it's going to stand out even more. Right? Now, I like to paint like thick streaks, right? Because it shows up on the canvas better, right? See, those thicker streaks are showing up a little bit better. Yeah. But yeah, so welcome to everybody who's joined. I'm doing intuitive art. We're just doing like a sip and paint session, and then you this week's class on we're learning to meditate and try to tune into our spirit squad. But the first step in that is learning how to actually quiet your mind, and that's kind of hard, right? So the last couple of weeks we've been learning a meditation technique, and I'll give you, whose technique it is, what book I read. I'm going to give you the resources that I've studied, where I learned the technique, and then we're going to practice it and then get feedback on how it worked for everybody last week, how their meditations were going. Did they have any really cool dreams? Kind of get interpersonal there with the class a little bit. And then we're going to start part 3, which is, learning how to heal do energy healing work. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. So, but you got to be able to get through, sessions 1 and 2 first before that's going to be very effective, right? So there's a level of discipline to, learning to meditate, learning metaphysics and stuff. And it don't just whip out of the air. You've actually got to put some time and effort into it and some study and thought. And, it's definitely not something that just, you can whip out of the air. Not really. You've got to learn to develop it. And there's a development, process there involved. So, yeah. My favorite type of paint would have to be acrylic because it dries fast. You can paint over acrylic pretty easy. Like if you don't like the way it looks, you can fix a picture pretty easily with acrylic versus oil is harder to do that with. It's not impossible. It's just a lot harder, I find. Yeah, there's the picture. Yeah. But yeah, we're getting ready to transition over to our metaphysics class in Zoom in about 30 minutes. So if you haven't downloaded Zoom, you need to do that. I like oil paints, like when you're doing like human form and when you're painting like faces and stuff, like it does like, acrylic. So there's that. Yeah. Okay. I'm showing up. So I'm actually streaming on multiple platforms. So if you guys wonder what on earth I'm doing, now you know. Right. Yeah. But yeah, I like to work with acrylic just because I find it easier to manage. With when if you mess up on a picture with acrylic, it's pretty easy to fix that. It's harder to fix that with oil. Now the only advantage you have with oil painting is that it dries really slow, and the colors look super bright and they last a long time. So the oil paintings do have advantages there. You know, we're gonna add some orange. About orange. Get ready to put on. You see me talking to people that, yeah, I do intuitive art, and I also teach a metaphysics class, which I'm getting ready to transition to in about 15 minutes on my Zoom room. So we've been teaching, I've been teaching them how to meditate and slow their mind down so that they can hear their spirit team. You know, I teach metaphysics, I do intuitive art, and I just felt led to start teaching people, you know, because what use is it if you just keep all that knowledge to yourself all the time, you know, with people. So, you know, I've decided to actually start, you know, teaching people. No, acrylic is easier to paint with than oil, I think. It's easier to maneuver the colors, you know. And I'm doing a technique right now called layering. So it's going to look, the painting's going to look three-dimensional when I'm done. But yeah, if anybody's interested in the metaphysics class that we're getting ready to do in about 20 minutes, you know, download Zoom and then hit the link tree that's in my bio, and it'll actually take you to my Zoom room. And follow me on YouTube, because if this platform goes down, I'll be on YouTube. You know, I'm actually streaming on YouTube at the same time I'm streaming on, you know, TikTok at the same time I'm streaming on Clapper. So I'm streaming on all three at the same time. So if I'm talking to people that ain't in the chat, y'all know what's happening. Cool. Yeah. You know, or you can just join and keep on doing your sip and paint. You don't actually have to participate if you want to. Just learn the head knowledge, you know, whatever floats your boat. There's no pressure. But, you know, I've found it to be a useful skill because, you know, I was telling everybody earlier, you know, I've been getting, oh, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the feedback. I've been wondering, like, if I'm you know, sound like I'm just talking to the air, or if y'all are getting something out of it. But yeah, I'm gonna dedicate this picture to my grandmother because she just transitioned yesterday, early morning Saturday, and just found out, if you know, right before the live, that's what happened there. And but now she was close to 100 years old. She loved sunflowers. You know, she loved to garden, and it kind of matches her spirit, you know. So we're kind of painting that right now and dedicating that to her. And then I'm gonna put the time and the date. I like that suggestion, Mike, putting the time and the date that she transitioned on the picture. But I'm gonna be adding some crystals to this because I want it to really pop. You know, so I got the idea last week to start, you know, taking a hot glue gun and adding some crystal chips inside this picture so it really pops out. So you'll see me doing that whenever I get that in that shipment in. I'll whip out the hot glue gun and start adding some crystal chips to this picture. It would look really, really groovy, I think. You know, but yeah, if you're interested in the Zoom class, download Zoom, and I'm going to be teaching, you know, metaphysics, and we've been studying the last couple of weeks on some meditation techniques. And this week we're going to learn how to do the healing technique, right? I've got to teach you to slow your mind down first before that's going to make any sense. And then this week we're going to be doing part 3, which is the actual healing trauma release. So grab a tissue box, you might need it. But the Zoom room is in the link tree in my bio. And if you're interested in actually, well, I'm going to paint my shirt in the process. If you're interested in actually joining in the actual Zoom class, download Zoom and go to my link tree, and the which I'm actually getting ready to go ahead and turn the class on. The link to my Zoom room is in the bio, in my link tree. So you just click on it and it's going to take you to my waiting room, right? Let's go ahead and start that. Just a second. Okay. Y'all give me just a second. Here we go. All the technical mumbo jumbo. Drives me crazy. I'm actually getting ready to put a banner across the screen with my actual meeting ID. So we got 852 7929. All right, so it's 852 7929 299683. All right, you guys should start seeing that across the screen. Join my Zoom room for metaphysics class. Link is in my link tree in the bio, and there's the meeting ID. So you guys should actually, you guys should see that scrolling across the screen right now. Love you too, Mike. Thanks for being a participant. I appreciate it. But yeah, the Zoom room's open, guys. Go ahead and join the party on Zoom if you want to learn metaphysics. The link is in my link tree in the bio. You know. Yeah. Swear I'm not really a big fan. Good grief. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. So we're the Zoom room is actually open. So I go live for about an hour or so, and we, we do intuitive art, and then over to Zoom for a metaphysics class, because some things you just can't talk about on here, and they filter things, and I don't like that. And we've been, talking about meditation techniques, and we were learning how to tune into our intuition better, using meditation techniques. Now I give everybody the actual resource where I learned the techniques, so you can go read the books and stuff yourself and learn them yourself. But then we all get together and meditate and have a really nice spiritual discussion on topics that you really can't talk about on here as much, right? So if you're interested in actually hopping over to my Zoom room, I'm going to be closing this down in about 10-15 minutes, and we're going to actually start the metaphysics class on my Zoom. And we are studying meditation techniques to learn to release trauma, right? We are on part 3, and today we're going to be doing trauma release meditation, and that's the nitty gritty of what we've been trying to do for the last couple of weeks there. So I'm going to teach that part tonight. So if you're interested, the link is in my bio. The Zoom room is open, so you can go ahead and click on my link tree, click on that Zoom room, and it's going to take you to the waiting room. It's going to prompt me that you've joined, and I will admit you to the room. So if people that want to join the class, you can go ahead and start migrating over to Zoom. Don't forget to follow my YouTube. You can actually see the replay of this on YouTube. It's streaming on there simultaneously. It's streaming, YouTube tape this time, right? So you can actually rewatch the live if you miss it. But yeah, if you're interested in learning to meditate, to quiet your mind, like here, talking release trauma, that's what we are getting ready to do in about 15 minutes in my Zoom room. So if you're interested, I'm going to shut this down in about 10 minutes and I'm going to move this over to Zoom. And the link is in my bio, in my tree. So when you click on the tree in the bio, click on my picture, you're going to click on the link tree, and then it's the second link that says Zoom link. You also see my calendar on there. If you wanted to schedule like time to talk with me, I do have a calendar on there now, but it's the one that says Zoom room link. That's where it's at. But you guys should be seeing the meeting ID rolling across the screen. Let me know if you don't see that. If you're not able to see the Zoom meeting ID rolling across the screen, you should see that. Yep. So we're getting ready to transition over to Zoom in 5 minutes, guys. So if you've got the link to my Zoom, if you don't have it, go to the link tree that's in my bio, and it will take you to my link tree. You're going to click on the link tree, and then the Zoom room link is the second link there. It'll take you right to my waiting room. If you've already got Zoom and you want to punch in that meeting ID that's rolling on the screen, that works too. So if you've already downloaded Zoom and you want to join the metaphysics class, we're going to teach trauma release part 3. We're doing trauma release meditations part 3, and I'll give you the resources. I'll learn the technique. I only do that for my Zoom peeps. I don't do that on here because, there's got to be, some boundaries there, right? I don't like to keep streaming it on, live stream, just because there's certain things that you really just can't talk about as much now as you used to be able to. And I want to be able to, teach the class without being censored and things. So we're going to transition over to Zoom in 5 minutes. So go ahead and start making your way over to the Zoom room. Yep. You should see that banner rolling across the bottom of the screen. It's got the meeting ID to my Zoom room. If you've already got Zoom, you can just punch in that meeting ID and it'll take you right to my waiting room. I've got the Zoom room open for people that want to actually participate in the metaphysics part where I teach you the meditations and, teach you how to do trauma release. Because that could be what's preventing you from actually hitting your goals. Everybody's like, well, I've got all these goals and I never hit them and I keep going through the same cycles over and over. Well, maybe that's because you've got all this trauma that you haven't released, right? And that's what I'm teaching you guys how to do that. I'll show you the book resources that I got this technique from, what classes I've taken to learn the technique. I give you more in-depth than you're going to get on here, right? This is to kind of wet your whistle so you can kind of see how it goes. And then we're getting ready to transition over to Zoom. So go ahead and click on the link tree in my bio and then click on the Zoom link and it'll take you right to my room. All right. Yeah, I've shut the music off so y'all can hear me. But yeah, go ahead and start migrating over to my Zoom room, people who want to actually do the class. Go ahead and start your way over to the Zoom. It's open. My link tree in the bio, the Zoom room is just right there. You click on it. It's the second link on my link tree. You gotta pee. My baby love. Huh. You get my baby love. My baby love. Hey, Mary Jane. Oh, I believe baby girl gotta go to the bathroom. You gotta go to the bathroom, baby. You do? All right. No, I know. All right. I can't tell if there's anybody left on the live stream or not, to be honest. So we had 93 total viewers, but y'all four are the only ones that. Yep. I'm getting ready to shut down the live stream. Are you able to see that banner on the screen there on the TikTok there, Mary Jane? Were you able to see the banner rolling? All right, everybody. I'm getting ready to shut this live down. If you want to hop over to my Zoom room and continue the discussion in more detail, we're getting ready to talk about metaphysics, and we're going to be teaching trauma release. And we're on part 3 of that. So I'm getting ready to shut down this live stream. You can see the meeting ID rolling across the banner. You can go to my link tree that's in the bio and click on the Zoom room link. It'll take you right to my landing page. And you should be able to hop right into the Zoom meeting from my link tree or typing in that meeting ID. Hey, everybody, welcome to Zoom. Got some people joining in on Zoom. All right. All right. So I'm going to shut it down. All right, guys. That's it for today's live. I'm going to shut her down. Until next time.